Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, today we're going to be doing a comparison of the Kingsford Original Charcoal to the new Kingsford Long-Burning Charcoal. Okay, the Long-Burning Charcoal is the latest addition to the Kingsford Charcoal family. It's boasted to burn 25% longer. Now, I assume that's 25% longer than the Kingsford Original. Okay. So if you look on the back of each one of these bags, they each have a list of claims, okay? The Kingsford Original claims it has easier lighting, high quality ingredients ensuring long burning performance, and it's ready in 15 minutes. While the new Kingsford Long-Burning Charcoal says it burns 25% longer, has more of a premium char blend in every briquette, and is ready in 15 minutes. Okay, so in comparing both of these charcoals, I went to Walmart and I purchased this bag of long burning charcoal for $9.76. Now the long burning charcoal comes in two sizes. It comes in an 11.1 pound bag, and it also comes in a 6-pound bag. Now we know that the original comes in several different sizes. The closest I could find in comparison to the 11-pound bag of long burning was the 15-pound bag, excuse me, of Kingsford Original, and it went for $8.94. So as you can see, in just comparing the closest bag size, you got $9.76 for the long burning, $8.94 for the original, which is an 82-cent difference in price, but you would get 4 pounds, a little more than 4 pounds more of charcoal of the original than you would of the long burning. Okay. All right, guys. So here we have a briquette from both bags laid out here, just so you can get a visual comparison of the size of the briquettes. Now they look exactly the same to me, but so that I won't be misled, I did some measurements. Both briquettes, both the long burning and the original, measure roughly 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches in length and width, and about 3/4 of an inch in height. We took a scale and we measured the weight of both briquettes, and both briquettes weighed out to 0.8 ounces each. Okay, guys, so far you see that there's no difference in the weight of each one of these charcoals. They both measured out or weighed out at 0.8 ounces each. There's also no difference in the size of the briquettes. The average size of each one of the briquettes for both brands is 1.5 by 1.5 inches as far as length and width, and as far as thickness or height, 3/4 of an inch for each briquette. So that's when you find a whole briquette in each bag and measure it out and weigh it out. Okay. So as I mentioned before, it looks like they took the same size mold to make both of these brands of charcoal. Now I checked the Kingsford website because I really want to know, when it says burning 25% longer, what were they comparing it to? And according to the website, in small print, it says that it burns 25% longer than other brands of charcoal. So which leads me to believe that they didn't even compared this long burning charcoal to their own original blend charcoal. Okay, so it's easy to take a cheap brand of charcoal that burns up real fast and put your charcoal next to it and then light them both to see which one burns the longest. Okay, especially if you used a charcoal that has some type of lighter fluid included anyway, it's going to burn up much faster than just a normal coal burn where you put some lit coals there, just like you're smoking and things of that nature. So it didn't mention what brands it compared it to. However, I think it would have been more reliable if they had compared it to their own brand or showed a chart against their own original brand versus other brands. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our own burn test. I'll meet you guys out on the patio. Okay, guys, so this is the setup that we're going to be using to test the two charcoals from Kingsford. On this side we have the long burning charcoal, and on this side we have the original charcoal. Now what we did was we took our scale and we measured out 16 ounces of each one of these charcoals. So they relatively have the same amount of charcoal in each one of these baskets. Okay, Each one has a tumbleweed fire starter at the beginning of it. Now we're simply going to light each tumbleweed fire starter, and then we're going to let it burn. Once the charcoal begins to burn at the beginning, then we're going to go ahead and put the lid on top of it and keep all the vents wide open, and we're going to check it every 10 minutes or so to see how the burn process is going on both sides. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is what the baskets look like after 30 minutes being covered on the Weber. All right. As you can see, the original charcoal looks like it has a lot more ash. Looks like it's burnt a little bit more, but they're about even what and what, and they're both extremely hot. This is the long burn side, but as you can see, it's not as much ash, and some of the charcoals are still, even though they're ashed over, they are more solidly blocked. They still have some consistency to them as compared to the original side, where it seems like they've really ashed over and are falling apart. So we're going to give this another 30 minutes and see where we're at that point. Original Kingsford charcoal is almost totally ashed over and is almost burnt out. However, the Kingsford Long-Burn still has a few coals that are black, and the consistency of the coals is still more solid than those of the original. So far it looks like the Long-Burning, whatever is in the premium blend, does have a longer burn time and has more consistency to its shape throughout the burn. So not as much ash created as in the original. Okay. Okay guys, so this is the final 15 minutes of the burn. As you can see, the original is totally ashed out and falling apart. So this stuff has been on from 10:30 to 12:15. As you can see, the long burn, it still has a little shape to itself. It still has some black holes in the basket, and it is still extremely hot. So I would say the long burn won the basket test hands down by a slight margin. It seems like that long burn will go a little bit longer than the original would, probably for another 15 to 20 minutes or so. Okay guys, so that's the end of our little experiment for today. I gotta say that the Kingsford Long-Burning Charcoal did last a bit longer than the Kingsford Original. As you saw from some of the video examples, the Kingsford Long-Burning Charcoal still had some black charcoal in the basket. Also that the briquettes that had burned through still had their shape, so they hadn't fall apart or ashed over like the ones from the Kingsford Original. However, I think that the long burning charcoal would not have lasted no more than another 15-20 minutes or so. And given the difference in price and the amount that you get in both bags, I don't know if I could really recommend the long burning charcoal for purchase. Like I said, the long burning charcoal was $9.67, while a 15-pound bag of the original was roughly about $8 and some change. And you know, throughout the year, Kingsford does their 2 bags for $8 sale, which they'll probably never do on the long burning charcoal. So it's user's choice, I would say. You can spend the extra money, get a little less charcoal, and have a 15 to 20 minute longer burn, or you can go ahead and just buy you a bag or 2 of the Kingsford Original and have enough charcoal to smoke for several cooks. Okay, so you make the decision. Now, one caveat to our experiment is the fact that In using a basket, there are different variables as far as how the charcoal is stacked, the amount of space in between each briquette, the airflow, and things such as that. So I think the next time we do an experiment matching these two charcoals up, we will do a minion method around the outside edge of the Weber to see which one burns the longest and which one produces less ash. Okay, so but that's all we have time for tonight. If you got any questions about either one of these charcoals, they shoot me a line. I'll give you whatever information that I have, but I thought it was interesting to try to compare these two charcoals. Just make sure that you wisely spend your money when it comes to fuel for your smoker. Okay, well, that's all we have time for today. Like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. If it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. See you guys around the smoker.